Welcome back to the channel, guys. And yes guys, today we're going to be talking about the all new BMW G90 M5, or as I like to personally call it, i.e. the M5 BS, and we'll be delving into as to why I call that. And of course, I'm pretty sure the better part of the people will definitely agree with me. And of course, starting off with the fact that it has already properly garnered quite a lot of hate, especially first off with its looks. I mean, it does not match the quintessential sportiness and sleekness that you'd get in a proper BMW M5, especially from the F90, which properly look beautiful yet sporty at the same time. And I've seen one IRL, so I can wholeheartedly say that. But the G90 is a complete departure from it. It's properly fat in the areas that it's not supposed to be fat in, and on top of that, it lacks the quintessential BMW grille, which of course has been covered up for the better part, mainly because it's got all the radar and all the big tech behind it. But that properly takes it away from the quintessential BMW point. And on top of that, the proper complete grille is further on encased by an LED, which properly throws up the look even more. It properly looks horrendous to begin with, and it's properly fat in the areas that it's not supposed to be in. It's like it properly got swallowed by a complete turkey, which on its own is a turkey. And of course, on top of that, it of course properly still does come with a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, of course connected to an electric motor, giving it a combined power output of 727 horsepower and 1000 Nm of torque. But there's another hitch here, because the F90 M5 had the exact same 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, and that on its own solely made well over 600 horsepower, whereas the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8 in the all new G90 M5 BS, as I like to call it, properly makes only 585 horsepower. So that itself shows that they properly dipped the power. Although it may have 727 and 1000 Nm of torque, it still does not make that good. And of course, that adds to the long list of factors that properly puts this in the horrible area of a proper horrendous car. And on top of that, how in the hell did the BMW engineers think that this would be a suitable proper successor to the beautiful and sleek and sporty F90? And I mean, I don't even know what the hell they were thinking. And of course, that's not all that they properly about on, because the another thing is the fact of the 0 to 62 mile an hour time was just 3.5 seconds compared to 3.3 of the F90 M5. And on top of that, this has more power, so that already puts it furthermore into the horrendous area. And of course, I've still got a lot more loaded in. And the main factor that everyone is talking about the all new M5 BS, and that is its weight. Because of course, the M5, the basic M5, not the M5 CS, which is the complete lightweight variant on its own, the M5 CS properly weighed in at 1825 kilograms, whereas the basic one weighed in at 1865 kilograms, which is basically 4111 pounds, whereas the all new G90 M5 BS comes in at a whopping 5390 pounds, or 2444 kilograms. I mean, they literally added well over 1000 pounds to its weight. Of course, a very big chunk of that weight comes from the all new 18.6 kilowatt an hour battery, which on its own weighs in at a whopping 205 kilograms. But I mean, what the hell did they add in to properly bump this up in terms of the weight by well over 1000 pounds? I mean, did they put in some luxurious materials like wood and wood cut leather, and what the hell else will they have put in? But it does not come with any of that. On the interior, it's exactly like a basic BMW interior, but the proper design and the proper horrendousness of that weight number, I mean, well over 5300 pounds. And just to put that into perspective, I've got some numbers of some SUVs which weigh less than that of the all new M5 BS, starting off with the Hummer H3, which weighs in at 2194 kilos, or 4837 pounds. Carrying on, we've got the Bentley Bentayga, which of course, keep in mind that that is a complete luxury proper SUV with the highest type of materials, with leather, wood and all this type of stuff, and that is still lighter than that of the all new M5 BS, because of course that weighs in at 2415 kilograms, or 5326 pounds. Carrying on, we go on to the Volvo XC90, which is as well like a premium luxury SUV on its own, but it is still a proper SUV, and this being a proper super saloon, it is still heavier. And of course, the Volvo XC90 comes in at 2051 kilos, or 4522 pounds. And of course, we move on to a proper big boy, which you would not at all expect to be lighter than that of a proper M5, and that is the all new 2024 Range Rover Sport Dynamic SC, which comes in at 2309 kilograms, or 5090 pounds. Now, we are living in a world where our Range Rover Sport Dynamic SC is more lighter than that of a complete BMW M5, which of course is a complete super saloon. I mean, what the hell were the BMW engineers thinking? First off, with the complete horrendous design. Secondly, how the hell did they even think that adding literally half a ton or 1000 pounds to its weight would make this any more more of a proper good selling point of a car. I mean, first off, it does not even properly make it in terms of a worthiness into the proper M series on its own. I mean, it's a proper slob on its own. The proper design, it lacks the quintessential BMW grille. It may have a V8, and well, speaking of that, if you thought, although it does still have a V8, unlike the complete disgrace of an AMG, either W206, C20, and if you thought that although it still has a V8, it does sound good, exactly like the F90 did, especially from factory, well, think again, because here's a comparison of the F90 and the all-new G90 M5 BS. And well guys, I mean, a Dyson vacuum cleaner sounds way more louder and way better than that of this so-called shitbox of a car. I mean, on top of that, the BMW engineers are saying that although it may be this heavy, it apparently will still drive exactly like an M5 should. And well, let's properly bring that into perspective, alright. First off, starting off with the fact that the numbers do not lie. Even with such a proper horrendous weight on its own, it is properly slower, and that's exactly what you'd expect. And on top of that, if you think, although it may still have the X-Drive system, which is of course basically the BMW system, which properly allows it to regulate from rear wheel drive or all-wheel drive depending on the driver's choosing, and even with all this complete modifications, and on top of that, although it may have hybrid proper resistance, i.e. electric resistance, along with that V8, as I said, the proper output from that V8 is less than what was put out in the F90, which of course had the exact same 4.4 liter twin turbo V8, but of course that put out well over 600 horsepower. Meanwhile, this puts out 585 horsepower, and on top of that, it's properly heavy. I mean, what else do you need to hear about this to properly convey the point that it is a proper heavy slob? And of course, further on to prove my point, the 0 to 62 mile an hour time is more than enough proof that this will not perform on par with that of the F90, i.e. the 0 to 62 mile an hour time. Once again, I will repeat it, the 0 to 62 mile an hour time of the G90 M5 BS is 3.5 seconds compared to 3.3 of the complete F90 M5. And well, I mean, what else do you need to hear, guys? What else do you need to hear to properly learn that this is the complete shitbox of a car? And on top of that, the BMW engineers are also saying that this is the best they could have done. I mean, in what planet are they living, or in what universe are they living for them to think that adding literally 1,000 pounds to the weight would make it a proper suitable successor to an F90 and especially an M5 on its own? And I mean, they didn't even nail the looks, they didn't nail the proper sound of the car, they didn't nail anything on the car for it to be a commendable car or a complete commendable automobile altogether. And here they are trying to justify their actions for this being a suitable M5. I mean, once again, guys, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. It is completely unworthy of the complete motorsport or M badge on its own from BMW. And well, I mean, guys, what the hell else are you getting for it to be a proper, complete so-called M5? And on top of that, the price hike on its own is just 2,000 pounds, because of course the F90 M5 came in at 108,000 pounds compared to this, which starts at 110,000 pounds. And well, it makes a lot of sense why they had to just up it by 2,000 quid, because of course, I mean, if you update to like 130 or even 120, no one's gonna buy this shit box, even though it may offer more power, even though it may offer in terms of this being a proper so-called successor. No one's gonna buy it. Even at 100k, it is still a proper highway robbery for the car that you're getting, for the so-called M5 that you are getting. I mean, BMW seriously up on this. And well, if they are still thinking that this would be a suitable car as a proper selling point, of course, well, they seriously need to rethink their decisions. And of course, on top of that, to add to the fire, the proper horsepower per ton has also taken a proper dip comparatively to the F90 M5, which had or properly made 335 horsepower per ton compared to 299 horsepower per ton of the all-new M5 BS. And well, I mean, do I need to say anything else, guys? I mean, I've literally stated everything twice on, and I mean, the proper horrendous looks itself are probably gonna properly deter people from even looking at it, forget even properly assessing it, to even properly consider it as a proper BMW M5 purchase. And well, I mean, guys, what do you think? Although it may have the latest plug-in hybrid tech, although it may have electric resistance, although it may have 1000 Nm of torque and 727 horsepower, it lacks the exact spirit that makes a BMW M5 or a complete M car an M car. And well, on top of that, I mean, this is literally a so-called up excuse of a complete so-called M sport car, and with the looks, with the horrendous looks, with the complete proper scary number of this being 1000 pounds heavier than that of its predecessor, with it looking horrible than that of its predecessor, with this being slower than that of its predecessor. And well, I mean, I'm pretty sure there might be even more factors underneath the bonnet that we do not yet know, but nevertheless, so far I'm pretty sure we have more than enough reason to properly nickname this the proper M5 base. And you know what, scratch that, this has definitely earned the name, not the nickname, the name of the M5BS. Well, what do you guys think? Comment below. And of course, on top of that, they are properly living up to the meme of each proper generation of BMW having a bigger grille as it goes up. And well, I mean, they are literally paying tribute to that very meme, or properly completely complying with it on its own. And well, I mean, this is literally BMW engineers in a nutshell. And well, I mean, if they thought that this is acceptable, which they do, they literally said that this is the best they could do. And well, I mean, I don't know what they're on, most likely crack or something, but nevertheless, what do you guys think? Comment below. And of course, feel free to troll this so-called shit box of a car in the comments. Well, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Remember to that sub button and click the bell to ensure you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. See ya.